You can smell that heat right there for sure. That's what I call black gold. Look at that. That is so good. Let's make some salsa matcha. I recently came back from a taco truck tour in Austin, Texas, where I got to try this delicious salsa at a couple of stops. Needless to say, I am in love with this flavor now, so I came back inspired to make my own. And after 3 tries, I wound up with this delicious recipe. Salsa matcha is essentially a salsa made from a blend of dried chiles, seeds, nuts, and oils. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I've been making it at home. This salsa is truly a flavor bomb. It packs the smoky flavor from the ancho and the guajillos. The peanuts and the sesame seeds add a subtle note to the salsa, and oil brings the flavor all together, making it the perfect texture for drizzling on your tacos or your favorite dish. I even added it to some barbecue sauce this weekend, and it was fantastic. Now, like I always say, there ain't no right way, ain't no wrong way to make your favorite recipes. In this recipe, I use more garlic than most. Some prefer to use morita chiles, some choose different chiles or in different nuts. It all depends on what your palate likes, what flavor you're going for, and what color you want, and de qué rancho vienes. Now y'all can pick and choose your favorite ingredients to make this recipe perfect for you. So let's get this pan fired up and make some salsa matcha. Vámonos! All right, friends, first things first, we need to de-seed all of these chile guajillos. So I'm gonna take the stems off. I'm gonna take my little pocket knife. You don't have to have a knife. You can just kind of peel them back with your hands. I just find it easier to use a knife. And you wanna get all these seeds out of here, just like that. Some people say that you should take these little veins out. It's not because of the heat, but because they think they get bitter. Honestly, I've never experienced that in our red salsas. I actually did some wings last night and got out a barbecue sauce, and I mixed the salsa matcha with the barbecue sauce. Heaven, man, it was freaking good, man. It's super, super good. I'm in love with this salsa, can you tell? So all right, let's move on to the chile guajillos here. I'm gonna cut them up. It just makes it easier to get the seeds out of here. Now the chile guajillos have a wonderful, wonderful aroma. They're a little sticky too, you know, so they're not super dry. That means they're good. Bunch of chiles de árbol. I'm trying to minimize seeds. Now you want a little bit of seeds in there. That is kind of the normal thing, to have some seeds in your salsa matcha. It gives it a really good appearance and good texture, and the seeds also bring a little heat to the table too. With that said, let's get started on our garlics. I like to just kind of pop them like that with my hands, and the peel comes right off. All right, now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toast these peanuts a little bit. It's about 1/3 of a cup. And I have my little wooden mesquite spatula here. I'm just gonna stir these around a little bit. This one sure looks nice. I must be hungry because it tastes damn good. So I'm gonna add my sesame seeds now that it's a little bit hot, about 1 tablespoon. I better get some oil in here. You can add the oil up front too if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and put my garlics in here too. All right, you can see how it's sizzling. It's cooking the garlic and definitely cooking the peanuts and the sesame seeds. And if you look real close, I'm gonna try to get this peanut out of here where you guys can see it. You can see right there where it roasted a little bit. All right, so I'm done with my peanuts and the garlic and the sesame seeds. So I'm gonna pour this right into this cup over here. And I'm gonna make a bunch of noise and spill everything. Now for the chili peppers, you can add a little bit more oil than I had a while ago. And we're going to do the ancho peppers first. You can do them all at the same time if you have a big enough pot. All you want to do is coax the maximum flavor out of all of these chili peppers. And you want to give them a flippity flip every once in a while. You'll see when they start to change color. I like doing the ancho peppers by themselves. They have such an amazing aroma. It just smells so good right now. If you guys could smell-o-vision this, you would be in heaven. And I would say these are done. You see how they're starting to smoke? We definitely want to take them out now. Put a little bit more oil this time. I'm gonna do this in stages. I'm not gonna do all 20 of them at the same time because the pan's not big enough. And if you have a little spatula or something, you can push down on them. Just try to kind of flatten them out. Now, we're gonna dump all of our chile de árbol in here. There's a little bit of guajillo in there. Just gonna put them all together. And I'm turning down my heat because the oil is very hot. And these are gonna be done right away too. Doesn't take but a few seconds, not even a whole minute, and we're done. You can smell that heat right there for sure. Whoo-wee. They're done. Take them out. Whew. And I'm a messy cook. All right, friends. Part 1 of the preparation process is done. We're moving on to part 2. I've got my blender out. We're gonna drop the chiles in here. All right, I'm gonna pour some of this oil here along with the chile de árbol. Look at that color there. You can see the color of the chiles in the oil. So all that goes into your blender, along with our garlic and sesame seeds, and the peanuts too. I'm gonna get all of that in there. Half a teaspoon of Mexican oregano, and then I'm using the Fiesta brand. This is my favorite brand for pretty much all my dry herbs. We're going to use a teaspoon of natural sea salt, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Salt does not dissolve with oil, so that's one of the reasons we use the vinegar, to help that salt dissolve into the mix. 2 and twee. Wah, ha, ha. We're gonna go ahead and pulse this a few times, and then we're gonna go ahead and blend it. There it goes, there we go. Now we can crank it up to medium. All right, now at this point, because I've done this now a couple of times, I can tell just by looking at it. Ooh, look at that. It smells so good. I can tell that we need a little bit more oil, so let me go get a little bit more oil to put in here. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm also pushing down the sides a little bit. I'm gonna add, remember we started with 2 cups of oil. I'm gonna add about another half a cup. Now you wanna run this for half a minute or up to a minute, depending on what texture you're looking for. I like mine pretty smooth. All right, friends, it's done. You can see here, look at that black gold. That's what I call black gold. Just fantastic. Talk about a perfect measurement. All right, friends, our salsa matcha is done. It looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. I don't even know if the cameras are gonna pick up, because it's a little dark in this porch here. I don't even know if the cameras are gonna pick up how beautiful this salsa actually looks. It just looks fantastic. I'm just gonna use my teaspoon to give it the taste test. Look at that. Nice and thick. Now, you can add more oil to it to make it more runny. You can add a little bit more vinegar also to make it more runny. I kind of like it nice and thick that way. That is so good. Incredibly good. Not super hot. Just a mild little burn there from the chile de árbol. That's good. Friends, we had a blast doing this video for you guys. I just had to make this salsa, and I had to make a bigger batch for myself. But friends, I promise if you try this salsa, you're gonna really, really like it. It's different. It doesn't have tomato. It doesn't have tomatillo. It's all chiles, oil, vinegar, peanuts, sesame seeds, and garlic. Now you can use less garlic if you want. You can use less of any of these ingredients. Depends on your personal preference. I would highly encourage you to try it, mix and match. Try to use chiles as fresh as possible, and when you fry them, don't fry them too much, because they will get bitter on you. All right, friends, and if you're interested in our American Pitmaster rubs, you can go to pitmaster.us. If you want to up your barbecue game, go to pitmasterclass.us, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Keep smoke light, make it work. Boom, boom, boom.